Right, Liverpool on Sunday, so we're joined by Paul from Redmen TV. Paul, you must be very excited about welcoming the champions to Anfield.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's always nice to have your lot down, isn't it? Makes me feel really happy inside, you know. I always feel confident.
Really? You don't sound it.
No, I've been saying this before. It's one of those games that you don't enjoy it until you go 2 clear goals up with a minute to spare. You know what I mean? Or the game itself is complete.
Don't enjoy it very often.
No. Apart, you know, we've both had our enjoyable games from the offset, like, but on the whole, no, yeah. It's always a horrible affair until full time and you come away victorious. Yeah.
Terry, difficult start.
Not really. I've always said it before, and I'll say it again. You've got to play everybody throughout the season. It's better to get it out of the way nice and early, and then we'll have a nice run of relatively simpler games in about a month.
So, Terry, tell us your team. Who would you be playing in this match if you are David Moyes?
I'd screw my face up a bit first, like this, and then what I would do is David De Gea in goal. Got to be back four. Picks itself at the moment with Jones, Rio, Vidic, and Evra. And then I'd have 2 men just in front of them. I'd have Cleverley and Carrick to sort of support the midfield. Just in front of them, Welbeck, Kagawa, Danny Welbeck with Van Persie.
Welbeck, Kagawa and Welbeck.
Kagawa, Welbeck and Rooney, I apologise. And Van Persie up front on his own.
Who have you replaced from the Chelsea game?
Valencia.
Right, okay. Didn't think he did a good job?
None of our wingers have been doing a good job for about 12 months. So they can't cross the ball, they can't score. And they can't beat a man, so there's no point having him in the team.
Fair enough. Dale, what do you think of that? What do you think of his starting 11? Is that what you'd pick?
No, I'd start...
Straight to the point. Nice.
I'd start Valencia, simply because he's quite direct. Yes, his crossing hasn't been as good lately, but Liverpool defensively...
Terry, direct. What are you playing at?
Exactly, as well, Liverpool defensively, they picked up a few knocks. And when you have a player like Valencia running with pace and strength, he's going to cause problems. Now, I'd start Rooney. And I keep Kagawa on the bench just for this game.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just think that Valencia, he's very direct, but he's quite direct to nowhere at the moment. If there wasn't for the barriers around the ground, he'd run into the fans. He just runs in a straight line, doesn't cross the ball, doesn't do anything with it. Just
need to do a Forrest Gump thing and put like a sign up in the crowd at the far end. Tell him to stop.
this way. Yeah.
Paul, what do you think? Are you worried about United?
Well, worry's not the right word. It makes me sound like I'm
terrified.
No, yeah,
petrified.
Yeah.
Horrified.
No. Well, I'm slightly less so because you've got David Moyes managing you, to be perfectly honest. But it's weird. It
doesn't make the players
worse. No. But it's a double-edged sword because David Moyes has never beaten Liverpool at Anfield.
Hasn't the league table though?
A fantastic achievement, but ultimately, you know, that's where a lot of our fear comes from, is because he's gone out and found himself, you know, with respect to yourselves and some disrespect to Everton, he's found himself a better team to have a go this time round. So that's where the fear factor comes from, is that he might actually have the tools at his disposal, and emphasis on the word tools, at his disposal to be able to do the job this time.
So, who are United's biggest threats? What have we got to worry about? I mean, will all your players be wearing gum shields?
Yeah, that's what you've got to be worried about. No, RVP, innit? That's all day. He's your player. You bought the title with him last season, and I don't mean that again. I don't mean that in a dismissive way. It's just a fact, isn't it? You know what I mean? You got and bought the best striker in the league by all accounts, and his goals were the ones that did it. And he's the kind of player who doesn't matter if you're playing well or not. He has the ability to turn a game on nothing, you know, and you've not had that since Cristiano Ronaldo. So he's definitely the player that we've got to watch out for. And whether we can, I don't know.
Dale, what do you think about David Moyes' approach to this game?
Well, his approach to Chelsea game was you know, I was quite happy with it. You know, he's relaxed and he's taking games as they come. Tactically against Chelsea, he was spot on. And again, this game, he's going to be spot on again. You know, it's not going to take too much to beat this Liverpool team. We need to be relaxed. We need to just play our own game. Never mind them. Play our own game, and we'll take 3 points from Anfield.
Agree with that, Paul?
yeah. Why not? Go on. This is your house. No, I don't know.
Tell us what you think.
You've obviously got good players and you are the champions, but I think that means you've got a lot more pressure. We're doing all right. We've won our first 2 games, which was something we didn't do last season. So
yeah, Sturridge is looking quite good.
Yeah, you know, he's decent. And on his day, if he's not knackered from his exertions against Notts County, then he's a player who'll cause problems as well, and that's someone to watch out for. And we know, I mean, is Vidic fit and available?
Yeah.
Excellent. Exactly what I wanted to hear. Because if Fernando Torres caused him problems, 3 years ago, I can't see him being faster or more mobile, you know.
Sturridge is not going to concern Nemanja Vidic.
Yeah, Sturridge isn't at the...
He's nothing on the player that Torres was.
See, Vidic has been quite solid lately. Say, watching him against Chelsea and Swansea, he was really, really solid. Like, I know back then Torres tore him for pace, whatever, but look at Valencia now, or Vidic, sorry, now. He's a much more complete defender. Yes, he's aged, but look at him, he's much more experienced. I think
he's like a fine wine. That's what you're saying. Yeah, no,
exactly. Yeah, but if you look at Sturridge,
saying to vinegar, but it's fine. No, look, I know I get it. He's a good player, Vidic. I like him, but I think he can be suspect if we can get him behind. It depends how deep you want to play, and if David Moyes tries to be expansive, which I don't think he's got in his locker, will cause problems. But that being said, I expect you to defend for your lives, so maybe Sturridge won't have the space to embarrass him.
Well, yeah.
Right, we touched on Sturridge. Terry, who else do you think could cause us problems?
They've got that young Brazilian little man, Coutinho, that I pronounce his name. He looks dangerous when he's on the ball, but again, it's very tippy-tappy. Liverpool haven't played anybody yet, really, and he done well the second half of last season, but when you're playing for nothing, there's no pressure. So this is Liverpool's first sort of tough game for many months. They've got no...
Let's be fair, judging on Liverpool's recent Premier League form the last sort of few years, every game has been a tough game.
Yeah, but it's...
Fair credit to them, they've got 6 points. Was it last season they managed to win? They didn't win 12 home games.
Yeah.
This is a struggling club.
Yeah.
Everything that's going wrong could go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've got no... Well, I don't know how many defenders they're going to have fit for Sunday. Andre Wisdom might have to play at centre-back, which is more appealing than Vidic at centre-back, if you know what I mean. Van Persie will have a whale of a time against him. But, yeah, they've got players that are dangerous. And I think that form goes out the window in this game. It's always my favourite game of the season away at Anfield. Unfortunately, I'm not there this time. I was there the last 2 years, and it's a great atmosphere.
Right, boys, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about predictions. Paul, you're our guest. You can go first. What do you think?
I've said this about every Liverpool game so far this season. I'd love us to obviously smash us off the park, but I'd take a nice a 1-0, even if it was a horrible deflected goal or an undeserved penalty. That'd be perfect.
I'm going to go close game again. For me, 2-1 United. I don't care how we score, as long as we win. 2-0,
clean sheet to here.
I think we can sneak a 1-0. Hopefully, it'll be more exciting than the Chelsea game, and we might even get some shots in. That would just be exciting. So, boys, thanks very much for joining us. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the Redmen TV if you happen to be that way inclined. If not, stay with us and subscribe to Full Time Devils for fantastic videos about everything Manchester United.